Buongiorno, benvenute a Milano. That'll be my last attempt at a tie-in for the morning. I'm Bob Kiggans, chairman of the IMS program. We're delighted to have everyone here today. On behalf of the World Manufacturing Forum, Executive Committee, Program Committee, and Organize, it's my great honor to open this third edition of the World Manufacturing Forum. The seats for this year's forum were filled a month before the event, and we had over 150 people on a standby list. We are grateful to the commitment from those contributing their time and talent to this two-day forum. Many have traveled very far from over 40 different countries. This is truly an international event, and thank you all for the tremendous effort to attend and contribute. We would also like to give special recognition to the Politecnico di Milano, EFRA, and IMS program for significant financial and in-kind contributions. We must also recognize with great appreciation the large financial support of the European Commission that funded a majority of this event. As many of you know, the World Manufacturing Forum grew out of the economic crisis when leaders from IMS and others realized that a global stage was needed to discuss manufacturing challenges that affect all industrial nations, and that global solutions and cooperation were necessary. The program planning for the World Manufacturing Forum considers this new global perspective on your manufacturing, raises the most topical issues facing the manufacturing today, and seeks global experts to present their views. Global challenges that we will address include industrial policies, next generation manufacturing, workforce education, venture capital, and cybersecurity. Through these discussions and collaborations, we hope to recommend solutions to these industrial challenges, pool resources, and form new networks for collaborations. For example, one of the discussions today is going to be on workforce education. And I had a discussion with Professor Tom Kerfus, who's leading that. And he said that over 65% of the jobs that your children who are maybe just born today have not yet even been defined. So you can see the challenges, some of the challenges we have. We hope you'll take full advantage of this unique opportunity to listen to leaders from around the world, present their views by your direct participation through asking questions during the Q&A session. We understand that you will receive a lot of information today and tomorrow, and would like you to know that all the presentations will be available on our website, the WMF website, as soon as possible. It is now my honor to introduce our first speaker, the distinguished Dr. Zoran Stancic, Deputy Director General for the Information Society in the European Commission. He trained as an engineer and started his professional career as a research assistant at the Department of Archaeology, University of Ljubljana. Did I get that right? Close. In 1994, he was employed as the head of Spatial Information Center of the Slovenian Academy of Sciences and Arts and was associate professor at the Department of Geodesy. From 1990 until 2000, he was a research fellow or visiting professor at the University of Arkansas, Delft University of Technology, University of Reading, Boston University, and the University of Paris. Dr. Stancic has published 7 scientific books and a number of scientific papers. During 1999 to 2000, he was deputy director of the Scientific Research Center of the Slovenian Academy of Sciences and Arts. And from the year 2000 to 2004, he was State Secretary for Science at the Ministry of Education, Science, and Sports in Slovenia. Prior to his current position, Dr. Stancic served as Deputy Director General in the European Commission, DG Research. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Zoran Stancic.
Thank you, Robert. It's great to be here, and when you were announcing me, actually, I sounded much older than I actually feel. But it's great to be here in Milan, in the heartland of one of the capitals of European Union in respect of industry and manufacturing. The great wealth which we can see out there is actually a result of the excellence of Italian manufacturing. So I think we are here on the right place to discuss key issues and the challenges which we are facing. Just a couple of, we've been probably watching the football championship, and you've seen the results of the matches yesterday. And actually it reminded me of an interview which I once read, not about from the football player, but from the hockey player. And he was asked, what are the key characteristics of an excellent hockey player and a good hockey player? And this guy said that the good hockey player is where the pack is, and the excellent hockey player is this excellent hockey player is not where the pack is, but where the pack is going to be. So one of the questions which we are here to, which we need to address here today is, are we excellent players or are we good players? Are we in the place where the name of the game is, or are we going in the direction where the new challenges and new opportunities are going to be? And ladies and gentlemen, I think the World Manufacturing Forum is really the right place where we can discuss these issues, when we can look at the current developments of the sector, and where we can actually look at the future challenges which we are facing. And of course, the key discussion of, the key focus of discussions which we're going to be is the industry, the challenges which industry is facing, and the direction in which we are going. And as you know, the industry is really the engine of the economy. Just one key figure which we should bear in mind is that the 65% of the investments in R&D comes from the industry. And let's compare that to the less than 15% of the GDP which is generated by the industry, which means that really a small fragment of our overall GDP really is boosting innovation and growth, not only in European Union, but throughout the world. If you look at some key figures from the European Union, we have in Europe around 32 million people directly employed by manufacturing sector. And in addition, about 20 million jobs indirectly depend on manufacturing. And even more, if we look, for example, at the growth which is generated by manufacturing, one additional job in manufacturing actually contributes or directly leads to 2 jobs elsewhere in the economy. So industry has done huge effort in productivity, notably supported by the wider adoption of different technologies, or of course digital technologies as well. So if we are looking for boosting and creating a job-rich recovery, the key thing to look at is de facto the industry. So European Commission in this respect is working very closely with the member states in order to look at the policies, for what we call the reindustrialization to maintain a strong and very consistent industrial base in Europe. Vice President Tajani, who is responsible for industrial policy, said, what we need to do is we need to reindustrialize the 21st century, we need to reverse the current downward trend in Europe, and we need to bring industry back to Europe. So the legacy of the crisis is in Europe very severe. As you probably know, by 2008, from then to now, we lost about 3.5 million jobs in manufacturing in Europe. The share of manufacturing GDP has fallen to 15% in the last year, and the EU's productivity performance continues deteriorating in comparison to our competitors. In recent years, manufacturing output has declined in a number of member states. Let me just mention Netherlands, Italy, United Kingdom, and Spain. So this is exactly why in European Union we said very clearly that we need to increase industry's contribution to the GDP from current 50% to 20% by 2020. But it's not that gray. Europe has a number of competitive advantages. For example, when we compete today, we need to innovate. We have to look at the negative sides of where we stand, and also we need to look at the positive sides. In industry, as in many other sectors, innovation comes increasingly from ICT, and this is exactly why one of the focuses of Europe's 2020 growth and job strategy was actually to look at digital technologies. We try to address digital technologies from different perspectives, looking from for example, creating new products and services, transforming power and growing impact across different sectors by redefining traditional businesses and products. And I think through that, we have redefined the contribution of the digital economy in industrial manufacturing. At the same time, digital economy and digital transition is underway in a number of other sectors. And I think from that perspective, there are a number of opportunities which are out there, ranging, for example, from cloud computing, from big data, from data value chain developments, new industrial applications of internet, smart factories, robotics, 3D printing and design, and so on. So a strong and proliferating European ICT supply base is one of the growingly important in Europe. Manufacturing is also the largest industry market segment for enterprise IT, and it offers the largest potential market for cloud computing. So keeping the industrial base in Europe will further emphasize the key role of physical production in unlocking innovative revenue streams. ICT can also help us develop new products and services, create value, and design better products, whether it's integrated in the product or by improving different processes. And we are doing well. With 30 to 40% of the global share, Europe today leads the world in industrial robotics and factory automation, embedded in digital systems, enterprise and design software, and 3D and laser manufacturing. But the challenge is to stay ahead, to position ourselves in the right place. We need to seize the opportunity. That means also supporting a wider uptake of radical new ICT, with every industrial company using ICT to the full, and also to improve competitiveness and reach its full capacity. And a strong digital industry able to help the EU industry to innovate and to respond to the global market. And as I said, I know that European industry faces major challenges and disadvantages internationally. Let me just mention the higher energy cost or dependence on imported raw materials. But this makes it even more important that we maximize our advantages. An innovative, creative, skilled workforce, quality ICT infrastructure, and the will to innovate and to improve. So let me just look at very briefly of these issues. First of all, innovative, creative skill force. We look at some figures today, and we know that in next few years we will be missing around 1 million skilled workforce in Europe. This is exactly why we put in place Grand Coalition for Digital Jobs in order to get more people in the ICT with relevant ICT skills, which will help us improve our ICT industry. Also, Europe needs new infrastructure. That's why we put in place what we call the Connected Europe proposal with the objective to build up a new competitive ICT networks across European Union. What we want to have is a telecom single market which will guarantee that the services and networks will work across the borders in the most effective and efficient way. So, ladies and gentlemen, in Europe we actually try to put together a number of very important factors which will help us increase our industrial competitiveness. Essentially, it has three main directions. First one is we are building a partnership with industry and in academia with a series of public-private partnerships. Most notably, of course, you know the Factories of the Future, which we put in place years ago. Now we are in the Horizon 2020 work program. We are putting together more than 1 billion euros per year, in next 7 years. And thanks to this partnership, we will boost research and innovation in this very important domain. However, you should not forget also all the other public-private partnerships which we put in place, which are contributing to the same agenda, most notably the public-private partnership of robotics, on the photonics, and also on the future internet. Second, we need to address also the value chain and the whole innovation chain, from basic materials to final consumers, from lab to market pull as well as the market technology push. That means the industry and services across the value chain cooperating. It means also stronger networks between industries. It also means integrating international value chains and, of course, research and development cooperation. Yet today, many smaller businesses can't use this innovation to the full. They don't have the resources and the knowledge or the capacity. This is why we have put in place what we call ICT innovation for manufacturer SMEs, which actually offers 77 million euros for networks of competence centers, helping them to link with access to technology, competencies, and new markets. Third, and most importantly, what we have to do in Europe is we have to make our policies work better together, such as how to put the right policies on security and data protection, for example, and they could really help a lot. Or even more specifically, how to put together EU regional funding and smart specialization, and how they can work alongside the research and innovation spending. So by connecting regional and national policies for pooling resources, we can really reach critical mass, align strategies and policies, and build the right links between the hubs of excellence and regional clusters. So no fewer than 45 regions have put advanced manufacturing as a priority for EU structural and investment funds. That really offers a major promise. It means that the structural funds could build the capacity and infrastructure to oxygen, which is the oxygen for research and innovation boosting. So in European Union, it's clear that we work better when we work together. And this also stands for working with our international partners. This is exactly why we are committed to international cooperation, whether bilateral or multilateral. We should know that we put on table what we put on table and what we can get from it. In the next presentations, we will hear, of course, the contributions and to the common objectives from the United States, South Africa, Mexico, and Australia, and I'm looking forward for hearing more. From the Commission, there will be 2 services who will participate in the forum. One service will be our colleagues from DG Research and Innovation. Director Clara Della Torre is sitting here in the first row, and together with her colleagues. and also my colleagues from DG Connect, Khalil Rouhana will be here today. So we have very high expectations from the World Manufacturing Forum discussion, and we are looking forward for engaging with you. But of course, the outcome will depend not only on the speakers, but on your personal engagement and contribution to the discussion. So ladies and gentlemen, let's make the best out of this. Thank you very much for your attention.
So good morning, everybody. My name is Marco Taisch. I'm the scientific chairman of the World Manufacturing Forum, and together with colleagues of the program committee, we have set up this event and this program. We hope that you will like it. Does manufacturing really matter? Or what is going to be manufacturing in the future? These are two of the questions we would like to answer during these 2 days, and these are the questions that our speakers would like to help us to understand and answer. We heard that manufacturing is very important in Europe and all over the world. There are more than 300 million of people working in manufacturing, which means that it's 14% of the employment all over the world is in this area. We heard that GDP share of manufacturing is going down. It's 17% now in the world. It was in the 1970s was 27%, was much higher. But on the other side, there are companies are claiming or complaining that they are not able to fill 10 million jobs due to the fact that they are not able to find the right skills, the right knowledge, and the right competences. And competition is growing. It's not anymore competition between companies. It's becoming competition among countries, among ecosystems all over the world. And new technologies are coming. So all of this makes manufacturing very important, makes manufacturing hot topic. We heard that this is now part of the governmental policies. The European Union has raised this in the Horizon 2020. We heard that more than 1 billion euros will be used for support the development of innovation in the next 7 years. President Obama in 2013 and 2014 in his addresses to the State of the Union, he said also that manufacturing is important. He asked to the Congress to support this with more than 1 billion euros, US dollars, sorry, for launching this. But the problem is, where are the direction and where are the pillar or the factor for competitiveness? There is a very interesting survey which was made asking CEOs of 500 companies all over the world where they think should be the factor of competitiveness. And the first answer, the first topic was talent-driven innovation. Talent and innovation. So around these two pillars, we have built the program of this event. And in fact, in session 1, we are going to, and you are going to listen what are the policies for manufacturing in the future of manufacturing. We have, and you will have the chance to see where are going to be the challenges of manufacturing. This will be, and you will have the chance to learn this from industrial leaders. We said that skills are important, education is important. We have to fill these 10 million gaps. That's why in session 3, we are going to study and understand what kind of education is needed for the future and how we can provide this education. How can we attract younger people, younger talent to study education. And finally, for today, if we want to have innovation, we need to support innovation with money, with funding. There is a lot of discussion on venture capitalists in IT, but what is the role for this in the manufacturing? You will listen to best practices, to companies who have been working in this area, and they can be able to share their experience with you. And this is for today, but the event is tomorrow as well. Don't forget, please come back tomorrow here. And we will go into more technological sessions. We are going to discuss about how robotics can be helpful for the SMEs. They are the backbone of the economy in many countries. We are going to discuss how standards can improve the competitiveness of the company. And finally, there is a lot of discussion about IoT, smart manufacturing, cloud manufacturing, big data. All of this means that manufacturing is going from a physical world to a digital world, but this is creating a threat, how to protect our information, how to protect our data, and this is the topic of session number 7. And finally, last but not the least, we want to close the event with an outlook into the future, and that's why we will listen how and the environment is changing and what are the most promising technology and how we should do innovation for the future. We hope that this will be helpful for the policy makers. We hope that this will be helpful for the leaders of the company who are sitting here in this forum. That was the goal of the program committee. This was our challenge. I hope we have been able to be successful with this, and thank you for coming, and I wish you 2 intense working days. I would like to invite Mauro to now chair the forum and chair the first session. But before this, just 2 brief maybe logistic information. This is important for you. Coffee breaks are served upstairs, so there are 2 stairs over there. You have to, and the hostesses will drive you. These are the coffee break will take place behind the blue curtains over there. Lunch is served downstairs. You have to go that direction to go downstairs. We have 18 tables from our sponsors. They are showing their last innovation, the last result of the research. All of you are kindly invited to visit them during the coffee break and during the lunchtime. Thank you very much.